Hey folks, Grant over here at Local Cooling Farms. We're going to do a little cattle move today, and this is a fun spot to set up a single strand hotline because it's one of the times that we're going to have the cattle near the new house. Kate and I have been living in a shipping container apartment that we built out for about 6 years. So we've been living in about 320 square feet for 6 years now as part of our, doing what you need to do to start a farm. A lot of our friends of ours have had families in travel trailers and all kinds of interesting situations. And so I'm super happy that we're building a house, and it looks like we're gonna be moving in around September. So we're waiting on some things to get installed and things to happen. But right where I'm putting a single strand right now is where we're going to be putting a 4-foot standard goat fence in, because we're going to be fencing out the house a little bit. And the reason that we're putting this line right here is because we got septic coming out of the house there. There's a septic tank, and then the drain line is going downhill into our field. We do have a highway right there that we're on, and we do have a ditch, and we could have sent that gray water into the ditch, but I didn't want to waste our nutrients and waste our water. I'd rather utilize our water coming out of our house to irrigate, especially when we're dry. So this is the mound that they put in. I got to grade this out and get some of this stuff just finished up a little bit, but this is the PVC pipe where the water is going to be coming out. And then we're going to be digging this out on our own and doing like a bioswale and putting some sand and gravel and stuff in here, and then digging a little bit of a further trench out, filling it with gravel and covering it back up with soil. So when this water comes out and overflows out of the septic, it goes right into our field. And of course, this is going to be fenced out so we don't have cattle getting in that bioswale and making a mess out of it. These are the rebar posts that we use that we're keeping out in the field, and the reason that we're using the rebar is a price point, and we're almost to the end here, and then we're going to our water supply, which is where the reel is hanging out. All right, now I'm coming over here where my reel is, make sure my keeper's up, get this guy tight, drop that keeper, and go ahead and get on the other side of it real quick. And I got my jumper cables. And then you see what I did here. I was in a pinch. I forgot the jumper cable. So I just got this 14 gauge aluminum, made a lead for it, and it's just touching that. So I'm going to use this to move that hot line out of the way so that's not hot anymore. And I'll go ahead and make this guy hot. So that's hooked up now. I'm gonna go ahead and test it. I always keep this voltmeter on me. This is my favorite voltmeter. 2 kV, not the best in the world. Something must be draining it someplace, but that's okay. Cattle are trained to it. That's good enough to pop it, to pop them rather. Let's see, I need to remove this. Sorry, I'm doing this all one-handed because I am recording this for you guys. All right, so that's off. I'm gonna get this little piece. I'm gonna clip it in this step-in. We used a lot of these step-ins in the early days, the Tractor Supply special, but we do not buy those anymore. We still have a lot of them, but we use them for the pig paddocks. Okay. So yeah, so they're looking to move. So what I'm doing is I've got that reel over a net holder. So actually, let me prep myself here. We've got the water trough here. We got a T-post holder right here. I do not need this reel sitting there. I'm actually gonna get this reel. So you see I got 2 reels right there. This is the one that we just set up. That's hot. I'm gonna go ahead and get this reel, and I'm just gonna let it live there. So you can see we got 1 reel, 2 reel, 3 reels to make the wedges. And then we got this, we actually have 4 wedges in this field. So this is the wedge they're going into right now. This is a wedge. And then this is the last big wedge. So we just made this little one. We could and then we could always redo it if we don't like it, whatever. So totally adaptable with how we're doing it. They kind of know the drill. All right. So I'm not going to reel it while I'm videoing because I'm not going to be able to do it one-handed. All right, so I'm just going to pull it out of the way, unreeled, and I'm going to call them. Woo-wee! 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 I'm not going to need this guy, this post here. So this is actually, you know what? I made it a little too tight. Let me, I got to bring some of this in. It's a little too tight of a turn for them. Okay. I don't want them catching that, wrapping that around their ankle. Get that out of the way. Okay. Woo-wee! Woo-wee! And we're hitting this perfect. It's 5:48 in the evening. This grass is going to have the highest bricks that it's going to have for the day. It's giving them a nice little spot. They got plenty of shade with the pine saplings up over there. So they're going to be pretty happy.